No, I want to hear what they do first. What
Sure.
you do in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me start, Jeffrey. My name is Ashok. I am the recent joinee of Give India. So you know that Give India is exists to alleviate poverty in India and the world by enabling the world to give and give better, give easier. So we're doing a lot of work on COVID relief fund, which I will touch shortly in the subsequent conversation. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here and hear your words. And my first novel, by the way, is read Cain and Abel. And I still keep quoting stories to my children because as a teenager I read and it had a lasting impact. And gene pool and geography lotteries should not be the reason for your success or survival. That I learned from that book.
So,
yeah, first and foremost, it's such a pleasure to be on this platform. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's really like a dream come true. Besides being a mom of two, besides being the better half for Mr. Ashok Kumar, I am also, I actually am the chief marketing officer and I am the chairperson for diversity and inclusion for one of the European IT consulting firms. One of the things that is very interesting, you were asking about the books that I'm a fan of Mr. Archer. To be very honest, all books I have read when I was a little older than 12 to 18 years, but the most special one remains Cain and Abel. Somehow that's imprinted in my mind, and thank you so much for putting such a wonderful piece out there.
Did you hear? So he's a little bit deaf. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear the last sentence.
Okay. Thank you so much for
talking about being lucky. Ashok has been a phenomenal entrepreneur, and recently he decided to change his course in life. So Ashok, why don't you tell us about the impact that Give India has created and also a little bit about your own journey?
Yeah. No, I hail from a very small temple town called Madurai in South India. And I think having born in a lower middle class family, so many do-gooders along the way have gave me so much. And today I had a very successful life and been a very successful entrepreneur for the last many years. I felt I'm turning 45 this year. I thought, why wait long? Why not, move my focus to be a social entrepreneur and take up a challenge to kind of lift more people like me when I was, to kind of, if I can make a difference in my lifetime, and I have a lot of energy and a lot of ideas. So I've joined as a president for Give India. And just to give you a work that we've done just for COVID relief, we created an India COVID relief fund about 100 days back when, COVID hit Indian area. So we managed to impact already about 3 million lives by raising close to $30 million from top philanthropies, foundations, and more importantly, people like me, individuals. 350,000 individuals have given £5, £10, and £15 because I believe that as the overall civic sense going up would make huge difference. Large corporations and celebrity endorsements. The good thing is we manage to channelize all that and take it to the NGOs which is doing a great work on the ground. Because sometimes we feel that people do great work, but they are not known. Therefore, they are not able to raise fund. So Give India plays that role of, those who don't have brands, don't have ability to raise the funds, but are doing amazing work on ground. That gives me, like Ritu said, not just good night's sleep. And I think it's a service. I feel I'm blessed to do this.
Amazing.
So I think you're right about brand and recognition. Obviously, if you, as it were, don't make use of being known, that in a sense is a wasted opportunity. But if you are a known name, Jeffrey is a brand as an author. I think it does give you a very valuable platform. And Ritu, you also have a brand, the Hinduja brand, which is, you know, very well known and highly respected for the success that the family has had in business and philanthropy. Then you should use it constructively.
And indeed, we see some people use it badly.
Well, yes, that too.
You see, they get the brand, they get the name, and actually they do more harm than good. So yes, it's wonderful if you're doing something worthwhile. Wonderful.
Thank you for that, Jeffrey. And I must say, Amitabh, I was talking to him, and I think he made a very funny line. I want to repeat that. First time I spoke to him a few days back, he said, you know, there is one son for the country, you know, other one for home. He said he's that son. The other son is a very successful businessman. He said, I'm going to give my, you know, he beat me to it. I'm 45. He's far younger than me. You know, I was just joking. Amazing.
I just want to quickly go to Sarika and Ashok. First, quickly, Sarika, what do you think about Ashok's career change or life change? Do you support that fully? And Ashok, do you think that giving has improved in India? I mean, you only raised 30 million in the last 100 days. So that's the answer right there. But do you think that people are opening the banks up a lot, their tijoris a lot more nowadays?
So let me start by saying that, Ashok and I come from very different economic backgrounds. And one of the things that really struck me when I met him was the fact that despite coming from a really difficult economically challenged background, I've always seen him very positive. And the reason for the positivity was, like he mentioned, he had seen a lot of goodwill and goodness in people. So, you know, he studied purely on scholarships all through his, younger years, engineering, and after that as well. I think that remained in his heart. And, you know, while we were building our life brick by brick, and we both come from very, simple backgrounds in that sense, I think there was always this desire to do something for the others. It's sometimes, when you've experienced the best from others, you want to give the best to people as well. In the earlier years, I think it was limited to giving money on special days and giving a part of our time. But the need kept growing, and I saw that when he last few years, while he was, in his entrepreneurial journey, the calling was so much more stronger. So when we were looking at what next, for his, next phase of his life, I don't think there was any two thoughts at all. It had to be on the social side. It had to be in a more planned and in a more structured way, enabling scale. So it's not about just giving money or leaving it to somebody else to do it. Utilize your strengths so that you are able to make a difference. So 100% my backing. The only thing I've told him is that weekends are still for the family. So that's going to change. Then I'm going to have a word with him.
I think
Ashok?
As you can see that I have a very loving and supportive partner, and I think that that means 90% of the battle is won in life, right? No, I think continuing on the question that how is the giving energy, I think Ritu put it very nicely. I think it's a multi-decade high, I would say, across the world, and I'm seeing that the giving energy is so high today. If I knock on anybody's door, and they will first, they say, what do you want? Anything you want, we'll give you. But make sure it reaches the right people. Now, in my opinion, I think the integrity of service, like Mr. Archer said very clearly, that you need to be trustable. And I think I'm thank God that Give India had built this credibility over 20 years. And we have NGO partnerships of 1,000 plus, partners, right from migrant workers to sex, workers, transgenders, children's education, malnutrition, you name it, we have the causes. When you're a cause agnostic, a mega platform with trustworthy, I mean, it became easy. And in a way, I feel that like the way recently in India, we celebrated Guru Purnima, I'm sure all over the world, where you thank your teachers and spiritual gurus who taught you all the lessons. I really thank all the people who've done the work, for the past 20 years. And I think I have a responsibility, and I think it's a blessing to serve, this platform. And like my hero is Mahatma Gandhi ji. It's not a cliche statement. And I really mean it. And he has one line, which I really love it, which says that achievement doesn't come from, success. Achievement actually comes from effort. And the full effort is full victory. I think what I'm seeing across the globe now is that I think all of our collective efforts are becoming a big victory for those in need. And I think in a way, COVID has given us that golden opportunity to come together. And, I think it's all going to make, on the other side, a better human beings is my kind of sense right now. But specifically in India, Amitabh, I think there is it's still few drops. I think given that in the last decade, the poverty has come down a little bit, but still we have got like more than 300 million people, living on a $2 and $3 a day. I think every time I have a meal and I ask myself, and it's become now a household conversation at every dinner, hey, did we do some small action today which either brought a smile or one meal? Then you know what, let's enjoy the meal. I mean, in the sense, that's something I'm trying to tell my children as well.
I think that's beautiful.